of which is the same as that. All right. Who cares about Nintendo? Hey, Sega does, Jason, what Nintendo don't, motherfucker. We're not monetizing this anyways, dude. I will cuss right off the bat. What's up, Twitch bitches?
We do get monetized for this.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
I messed up, man. I messed up big time. All right? Take the 20 cents out of my take the 20 cents out of my account. Hey, this is the Fantasy Red Zone, man. Yeah. This is a huge episode, okay? We're going to be ranking running backs for next season. Which running backs did we push last season? Did we push James Conner, Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, harder than anybody I can remember, Jason? And we told you we actually did pretty well when I was looking at the most common players on playoff teams. We pushed some good players, and we told you not to draft some good players as well. So pay attention to this shit. Okay? We're going to go over running backs. PPR, Jason, I only have one rookie running back coming in that I ranked. I know you did not rank him. But I watched a video of Micah Parsons talking about Gentry. What's his name, Jason? Something Gentry. I can't remember his name. What is it?
Genty?
Yeah, Genty. Whatever his name is, dude. Genty. And he's like, Micah Parsons was praising him left and right. So I like Genty, all right? Already off the bat. All this in the NFL brains more than my brain, all right? My brain, I'm killing brain cells, dog. Anyways, Fantasy Red Zone, ranking episode, news and brews. I got that coming up too. All the offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators. We don't care about defensive coordinators. Whatever. Okay? But this show needs help, Jason. We need help. Please tell the public how they can help the show.
We do need help. So, if you're enjoying the information, please hit the subscribe, press the like. We like the likes. Leave us a comment. Let us know. Hey, I want to know your guys' rankings. Let us know in the comments. At least the top 10. You guys' top 10 rankings for running back. It's important to know. Running backs are very important, Tyler.
Dude, I ranked like 38 running backs. But once you get past like 20-something, it is super difficult to rank. It's like there's so many variables going on after those first. Like, you know who's going to be starting and you rank them. But after that, man, the draft and free agency is so huge in this. It's going to change a lot after the first like 20 picks. I was noticing that. That was pretty difficult to do. But anyways, dude, who cares about that? Let's talk about some news, all right? Ben Johnson to the Bears. And I do want to point out that the Lions led the league in play action this year. And he said that he likes the backs on the roster. I listened to his interview with Rich Eisen, or can't remember somebody, Dan Patrick. He said he liked the people on the roster, but he wants to augment that position. So, to me, DeAndre Swift, his value goes up immediately. Now, I do want to point out, Jason, this is a first-time head coach on a team with a terrible history, offensively at least. He needs to build up this offensive line to do this play action and to have his running backs even have any success. I do like that DeAndre Swift catches passes because like that Jahmyr Gibbs type of mold. But for I do not want to. I am not taking this as like, hey, the Bears are saved. I'm still probably trying to avoid a lot of Bears, man, because Ben Johnson I see going down in flames again. If he went down in flames, it would not surprise me at all, Jason.
Yeah, they still got to work on that offensive line before anything.
It's like, dude, he's been operating under like an amazing offensive line for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah,
2 for sure.
Yep. If the Browns don't get it, he ain't gonna get it.
And Caleb Williams is a much different quarterback than Jared Goff, man. I'm not really sure how I like that move. But good for Ben Johnson, man. And the Lions, as far as the Lions go, Jason, we have Jahmyr Gibbs ranked super high. I don't know how I feel about the Lions right now because they're losing everybody.
Yeah, I mean, well, offensive-wise, right? I was thinking about that too on the way home today from work, and I'm not sure if I changed my rankings for how talented he is, and because of that offensive line.
So
that plays a huge role.
I think that Jahmyr Gibbs is still going to be a super high draft pick, and David Montgomery is going to be a really good value.
Yeah.
All right, Jason. Liam Cohen to Jacksonville. Did you follow that saga yesterday?
A little bit. Didn't he like kind of?
He's a ghost in the team, man. He's ghost of the team. He's lying. His kid's not fucking sick. Actually, his kid was sick. Whatever, dude. Anyways, Liam Cohen is going to make $5 more million going to Jacksonville, Jason. So hell yeah, you take that job. He was the Bucs offensive coordinator. So Dave Canales, Jason, got the Panthers job, resurrecting Baker Mayfield's career. I think he might have been the offensive coordinator. And then next season, Baker Mayfield does well again, and this guy gets a fucking job. So I think that Baker Mayfield will continue to be great. Okay, I'm not too worried about Baker Mayfield. But as far as Jacksonville goes, Jason, and then Tampa Bay lost their general manager to the Raiders, and he was drafting offensive line all the time. So I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about this. People automatically like, oh, Brian Thomas Jr. to the moon, which I do think this helps Brian Thomas Jr. But dude, Doug Peterson was amazing. I mean, he was a really good coach before heading into the Jacksonville. There's a good chance this goes down in flames as well, Jason.
They gotta work on their quarterback situation. Mac Jones played better than Trevor Lawrence this year, so
good point. So, like, to me, they're like, oh, Ben Johnson to the Bears. Oh, fuck yeah. Liam Cohen to Jacksonville. Fuck yeah. It's like, dude, come on, man. Like, these guys have never even been head coaches before. We see coordinators burn out all the time. They might be fired halfway through the season for all we know. So, I don't like that at all. Anyways, Jason, moving to things I do like. Pete Carroll to the Raiders. The top candidate for the offensive coordinator right now is Miami's quarterback coach. I didn't write his name, but to land the offensive coordinator job. So Pete Carroll, Russell Wilson, man, like even Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf were both startable under Pete Carroll. So I know he's a defensive head coach, but he should hire a good offensive coach, I would imagine.
I can't. Oh, dude, he's going to have to have a crazy draft because really, I don't. He doesn't have the talent on his team for me to be like, oh, I have to get this guy now. Like, oh yeah. Shit, now I got to get Jahmyr Gibbs on the second round, or not Jahmyr Gibbs, Jacoby Myers.
There's nobody on this team. I mean, Jacoby Myers is their most talented wide receiver. I know they had that one rookie, but still. Not great weapons. Brock Bowers, we have to see how the draft goes, but I mean, I like it for Brock Bowers at least. And then Aaron Glenn to the Jets, Jason. They are targeting Nick Caley, the Rams passing coordinator passing coordinator for their offensive coordinator, which I like. But I see this as a lateral move, dude. A fucking defensive coach having his. How many times have I watched this? I mean, D'Amico Ryans was lucky, but I mean, dude, defensive head coach, first time coaching in a fucking place, dude, that traditionally has no offense. So, yeah, I'm avoiding all Jets next season.
He had to go back there, dude. They drafted him in, 94?
I was going to say, I did hear he played there, so it's like, that made sense. But it's like, dude, Jets, do you want to fucking hire an offensive? I mean, the last person who was Adam Gase, so maybe they're just like, fuck it. We're never going to hire another offensive person again.
Do you want to know what coach drafted him?
Who was it, Pete Carroll?
Pete Carroll.
It's pretty funny, Jason. And then let's see, Josh McDaniels, Jason, offensive coordinator for the Patriots once again. I like this for Drake May. So Mike Vrabel, Josh McDaniels, man. Give me Drake May as a value quarterback next year.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess Josh McDaniels, maybe he'll hit gold this time. I don't know. Third time the charm.
He's definitely a coordinator, Jason. He's definitely a fucking coordinator.
He is a coordinator. That is true. He coordinates his flight.
I coordinated this outfit before I got on camera. I'm a coordinator too.
Yep.
And then here we go, Jason. Slowick, last thing that we have for coaches. Fired in Houston. Stroud frustrated with his ass. So CJ Stroud frustrated with the offensive coordinator. CJ Stroud is a young, promising. I mean, he's amazing. One of the top quarterbacks coming out in a long time. How they were talking about Jaden Daniels now is how they were talking about, CJ Stroud last year, Jason, which is kind of funny. But still, Slowick fired. I do not love this, Jason. I don't love their offensive line was so bad. What'd you say?
You're watching Major League.
Fuck yeah, I'm watching Major League. Then you just figured it out.
I saw the belly on the couch. Oral heart attack. Who's having a heart attack? Me.
He sleeps in. Wesley Snipes sleeps in, comes up in his underwear. Woo, 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 woo. Outruns everybody. You're on the team, Wesley Snipes. You're going to steal home in the championship. We're going to win a championship.
I wonder if Slowick is going to get picked up anywhere.
Dude, he's a good offensive coordinator. I'm like, dude, fuck, you cannot blame these guys. Houston's offensive line was actually pretty good last year. They were like dead last this year. So it's like, what the fuck do you expect, man? But the thing is, from Houston fans, he did not adjust. They didn't roll out all the time. They just kept on running the ball, and they kept on doing play action, and it did not work. So I get it, but still, Slowick, man, give him a good offensive line. He's amazing. All right, Jason, let's start sharing this shit. Are you ready for it?
Yeah, we got Corion and Olaf up in the chat.
Corion and Olaf, man, what's up? You guys are carrying this show, man. You guys are carrying this show. Nobody even liked the show if it wasn't for you guys.
Even in the off season, the zoners are here.
Yeah, and Jason, from my playoff, I just released that with the most common players on playoff teams. What I learned from that, nobody gives a shit about fantasy football. I'm going to wait till the summer to release the championship one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. All right, dude. Who said, okay, I had Saquon Barkley, Jason, as running back 2 going into last season. His ADP was number 5, and I was like, you guys are assholes, man. You guys are assholes. We talked about the center, Jason, replacing Jason Kelsey. I think he might even be an all-pro this year. So there you go right there. Holy shit. But yeah, so Saquon Barkley, again, number 1. His over and under, Jason, for this fucking playoff game is like at 129 yards. So Saquon Barkley's amazing. And then you kind of get into, after Saquon Barkley, so he's in a tier by himself, Jason, you put that. Then you get into some question marks, like Bijan Robinson. Is he going to be as utilized as he was this year? Towards the end of the season, it was all Bijan, not Tyler Algier. That needs to happen for him to be the number two overall pick. Am I correct, Jason?
Yeah, I think the thing with Bijan that I liked was he was very consistent, but he didn't have those like nuclear games like Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley had like 4 30-point games last season, dude. That's insane. That deserves to be the only tier. That's like Christian McCaffrey territory, man, from previous seasons.
And then, hey, man, you and I both have Jahmyr Gibbs, number 3, and he's losing his offensive coordinator. I want to say that offensive line, I thought they were taking the offensive line coach. I need to look into that. But the offensive line is still going to be great.
Oh, I think you might be right.
I know. That's what I was like, fuck, dude, are you serious? But the talent's there, man. I mean, they're already coached up. So I still like the Lions' offensive line, but they could be regressing over the next couple of years, which I don't like. So, yeah, I mean, you go from Jahmyr Gibbs to Derrick Henry. I'm like, those are the two ones I really don't know. I'm like, do I like Jahmyr Gibbs or Derrick Henry? Jahmyr Gibbs or Derrick Henry? I think I would just go Jahmyr Gibbs for that, for the pass catching and the upside. But Montgomery's already back, dude. So he's going to be back next season.
Yeah, but I wonder with Ben Johnson gone if they're actually going to do more of Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs is obviously the better player. He's the better running back.
Fucking A, dude.
Younger, faster, stronger, $5 million man type shit.
Younger, faster. That was
David Montgomery gets hurt every year.
That was a great workout song, Jason, by Kanye West in Daft Punk. It was Younger, Faster, Stronger, whatever that shit, dude. That was a great workout song. I forgot about that. I'm going to put that in my queue. All right, Jason. And then Ashton Genty. Have you watched any of his highlights?
Absolutely.
Do you think he is how you remember how Bijan Robinson was hyped?
Yeah.
Is he worthy of that?
I don't think so. Not Bijan Robinson type.
Because I watched him versus Oregon, and Oregon had a great defense, man. And that shit was crazy. All right? Watching that fool, it was like watching Kenneth Walker his rookie year, man. He sets up the fucking third person down the field. So I love Ashton Gentry, and where he goes, say he goes to the Cowboys. I mean, fuck, man. The Cowboys' offensive line sucks. If he goes to Denver, I will lose my shit. I will lose my shit. I think I'm ranking him here as he's also as if he's going to Denver, number 5 overall. So yeah, this is like a great situation. Imagine a great situation, Jason, like him going to Denver. Is he worthy of going before Devon Achane?
I kind of like him. If he went to the Cowboys, it'd be over Devon Achane.
Okay. So I'm
Like,
thinking about the Cowboys and where they are in the draft, and they're not going to draft a quarterback, obviously. So it's like I could see them doing something like a big splash like that.
my concern, I mean, because the Cowboys' offensive line, they were top 12 in run blocking at least. They had that going for them. Hopefully, they
Did they
also,
really?
yeah, hopefully they address that. Dude, they didn't. They had an average running back all season. It's not like they had some like crazy running back that they could put back there. They look like shit when they were running the ball. You know what I mean? I think he got someone like Genty back there. I think he's going to fucking destroy, and he looks like he's going to be a workhorse. I think he could do well. Don't I mean he's kind of undersized when you compare it to Bijan Robinson because Bijan Robinson is fucking insane.
That was the main thing I saw too.
Yeah, but he's quick. He's agile, dude. He could tear it up depending.
I'm thinking of him like it's a Jameer Gibbs almost, man. Like I'm like
Almost, yeah.
it's pretty close. Except this guy is it's Jameer Gibbs is all about his like just pure athleticism. This guy has his balance. It's kind of crazy to me. Like he just stays on his feet. He takes so many hits and just fucking stays on his feet. I don't understand it. So
Yeah, my concern is even if he did go to the Broncos, I think he could do well as a Bronco, but Sean Payton doesn't use workhorse running backs.
I'm just thinking Deuce McAllister and that one year I won a league, dude, with fucking Reggie Bush, man, just killing shit. So I'm a little biased, all right?
Yeah, I
And
mean,
then here we go.
and then Olaf is saying here he watched Genty today. Definitely not as good as Bijan or Gibbs.
Okay, if you say that, and the problem is finding the competition because Gibbs, I'm like, dude, versus whoever the fuck, man, and he went against him, and I was like, against Oregon was the best I could find versus Genty. So, but then I saw Micah Parsons, the short on him, and I'm like, God damn it, dude, Micah Parsons is in love with this guy, and I love how Micah Parsons like just speaks the truth about players. I like his evaluation of players, kind of like Steve Smith. So yeah, I was really into it. But Olaf has been right about a lot, so I'll take that. I'll take that as well. Jason, Chase Brown is kind of a mystery to me. I pointed this out in the most common players on fantasy football playoff teams. He was one of the leaders in forced missed tackles per attempt last year, and we talked about how that's a great metric. He's a very talented running back, Jason, and the Bengals' offense is insane. They might not have Higgins, but I don't think it matters. I think without Higgins, Chase Brown catches even more passes.
What are they going to do with Zach?
Because Zach Moss will be back. Dude, Chase Brown did so well. I don't know how they go. Chase Brown is like 5 years younger than Zach Moss. So I don't know how they go away from that.
No, I totally get that, but I don't think they're going to take Zach Moss completely out of the lineup. They paid him. I think they're going to have to. He's going to be
probably his last year. Away. Yeah, it's probably his last year too. I bet you it was like a 3-year contract, so it's probably his last year. So yeah, I understand that, Jason. I'm looking at upside there, and then Josh Jacobs, I think, does have a safer floor than Chase Brown. Same thing with Kyren Williams, Jason. You and I both have Josh Jacobs, Kyren Williams, like in line, and that's by usage, right? Because they just get used all the time. I'm gonna pee my pants.
Yep. And then, like you said with Josh Jacobs, he like was crazy at the goal line. Let's see here. For the season, he had 15 touchdowns, 1,300 rushing yards, 15 touchdowns, average 4.4 yards per carry. While Kyren Williams, 1,300 yards, basically the same. Not too great on the ground this year with a 4.1 yards average per carry. That's not, I think that's below from last year. And then he had 14 rushing touchdowns. But dude, that motherfucker fumbled a lot. 5 fumbles, but so did Josh Jacobs. Damn. Josh Jacobs fumbled 4 times too. But they're right there. They ended the season at 6-7 on the rushing, and they're going to be in our ranks. What we have them at like 8 and 9.
All right, let's start going down.
They're both putting up 14, 15 touchdowns, getting 1,300 yards. Their usage, absolutely.
Jason, I was doing Kamara, right? And I know that he's gonna be. I think he's gonna be back next season. They might have Mike McCarthy as a head coach. Dude, Alvin Kamara, I've been writing off for a lot this year. If he has a decent quarterback, man, I don't know. They just throw the ball to him 10. He needs to get 10 plus targets a game, but he was 19 points per game, Jason, in 2024. Look at that. That's more than everybody not named Derrick Henry. So how do you feel about Alvin Kamara? I know you have him ranked 17, but what are your reasons? Is it because of the injury? Is it because you just don't want to fucking own him because in the second half he's fallen off in 2 years in a row, maybe even 3 years?
Yeah, that's actually absolutely right. He didn't even get 1,000 yards rushing this year. What happens at the goal line when you're a Saint, but we're gonna get a different. It's like there's like 6, 7 different players that they use at the goal line. It's probably gonna change this year if McCarthy goes there.
If McCarthy was there, I'd feel a lot better about it.
But I mean, even if his rushing goes down even more, this dude he catches the ball like no other. He's always in the top 3 when it comes to receptions for running backs. As long as he can catch, he's going to be, at least RB2, man.
I've been hating on Alvin Kamara because I owned him last year. I drafted him last year, and then he just fucking lost the league for me. I was like number 1 seed. I started him in the playoffs. It was such a clusterfuck in the backfield. And it turned into that this year, but he still got like 8 targets a game. It was crazy. So I don't know how to turn away from that, dude. It's just fucking nuts.
Yeah.
So I have him ranked super high. And then Jonathan Taylor, Jason, you have him ranked as if he is going to pick up where he left off, which there's a good chance. They kept Shane Steichen, which I love. I think that's why you ranked him so high as well.
Yes.
If they drafted another quarterback, they need to draft another fucking quarterback. Of course they do. But yeah, man. So he went from a bust, like ETN type of bust, to most common player on playoff teams, man, in the second half of the season. So Jonathan Taylor, you have because he had like 500 rushing yards and 5 touchdowns in the last 3 games or some crazy shit.
Yeah, something like that. Like he he ended the season 4th in rushing.
Fucking crazy.
I know it's nuts. The shitty thing is that he only had 11 rushing touchdowns, and Anthony Richardson has something to say about that. But their passing their offense in general was just not as good as we expected. I do believe Shane Steichen is on the hot seat for next year, so I think they're going to pull out everything, dude. And the offensive line did get better as the year went along. They were one of the better pass or run blocking offensive lines in the league towards the end. His injuries the past like 3 years still scare me, which suck. But dude, he's so good, man. And
give the Dallas Cowboys job to Shane Steichen next season, Jason.
And if Shane Steichen could turn it around and he's like, fuck it, dude, YOLO, let's go big, or I'm fired, and he's gonna pull out all the stops.
And then Bucky Irving, Jason, you and I both as a running back 1. But I'm thinking, would I like to have Bucky Irving as my running back 1? I would like to have him as my running back 2 because of his injury. Remember that toe? I don't know why it's built into my mind. He's like, oh, I've been dealing with this my whole life. My fucking toe. He couldn't play 1 game or 2 games. He was questionable for a while. I don't know why that bothers me. And Rachaad White, I think, is still going to be there. So I know that he's Bucky Irving. Everything about PFF and everything says he's amazing.
Yes.
But I still have question marks about him. I really would like him as my running back 2. But you're looking right now, Jason. I mean, everybody after Jonathan Taylor is fucking like even more of a question mark, pretty much. I do have Bucky Irving in the same tier as Jonathan Taylor and Alvin Kamara, but to me, they're all league-winning running backs, but there's question marks. And then you just get into stable running backs after that, tier 5. Chuba Hubbard, I'm so glad that you have Chuba Hubbard, Jason, ranked high. Because Jonathan Brooks fucked his knee up again, dude. Yeah. So I'm like, Colin Cowherd was like, oh, don't worry, man. They've got Tank Dell. I'm like, motherfucker, Tank Dell broke his leg, and now he might not even be back next year, Colin Cowherd. Idiot. So don't be talking about Tank Dell. So I'm just saying, we should not be talking about Jonathan Brooks because we don't even fucking know about Jonathan Brooks, man. That guy's knee is made out of paper mache. All right? I made some shit out of paper mache before, and it did not last long.
Yeah, we're not going to be hyping up Jonathan Brooks next year like we did this year.
Hey, dude, you and I both wanted him.
We both got him in one of our leagues. And
between him and ETN, I was like, oh, I got running backs. Oh, fuck me. All right? And then I liked how you and I are pretty aligned with James Cook. I love James Cook, but, dude, they use their running back so weird. He needs to be your running back, too. And then David Montgomery, you and I both have him as a high-end running back, too. I think that's where he should go. And then you have Christian McCaffrey as a borderline. Now, if you told me, would I rather have Christian McCaffrey or Bucky Irving? I don't know what I would say about that. So it's just kind of a clusterfuck right there too. The mid-round running backs, right? Or not the mid-round, but like the second, third-round running backs are kind of difficult right now.
I bet you would get Caffrey over Irving.
I think they're both dealing with chronic injuries, but one's young. So it would not surprise me if Christian McCaffrey came back and had a decent year. Like a running back 1 year. That would not surprise me.
That's why, I still got to put him as RB2, high RB2 because of
dude, if you told me right now, would you rather have David Montgomery, at the end of the year, you're like, I'll trade you David Montgomery for Christian McCaffrey. It's like, well, fuck you, dude. No way. I'm keeping David Montgomery. I know David Montgomery was injured, but I'm just saying. So it's and then we get into the Breece Halls, Jason. So I've got you have Breece Hall at 10. I've got him at 21. So my whole thinking was, I'd rather have Isaiah Pacheco. I'd rather have fucking Kenneth Walker, dude. Christian McCaffrey, David Montgomery, Breece Hall. Now Aaron Glenn's going in there. It's gonna be the same shit, dude. It's gonna be the same shit. Their defensive coaches do not fix offensive lines. So I'm just like, dude, I don't want anything to do with Breece Hall next year. I would have to get him as my running back 3, literally, to even give a shit about Breece Hall. But you have him as a running back 1. Explain.
Yeah, not anymore. He's dropping down.
So after Aaron Glenn got that job or what?
Yeah. I don't really like Aaron Glenn as the...
I like Aaron Glenn. I watched Hard Knocks 2 years ago. I thought he was awesome.
The Jets might have a good run defense.
Yeah, that's great. I bet you they're going to have an amazing defense. But I don't want anything to do with their fucking offense. So it's and I heard Aaron Glenn, he was like, you know what? I'm not a defensive coach. I'm just a coach. And it's like, dude, come on. I get it.
Yeah.
But you're an amazing defensive coach. But yeah, I think, I don't know. I don't want anything to do with that offense, man, and the Jets. They would need a fucking superstar offensive guy for their head coach for me to care. And they got the opposite. And then Tyrone Tracy, people were ranking this fool borderline high running back 2. I'm a Tyrone Tracy owner. It would not surprise me. They need to draft a real running back, dude, especially after Saquon Barkley left and did this shit. They might draft fucking Ginty so it just washes the bad taste out of everybody's mouth. You know what I'm saying?
That would be crazy if they did that and they passed up on Sanders.
I'm not even kidding, dude. I've thought about this before.
That would be crazy if they did that.
I'm not even kidding. Because they're like, the owner's like, fuck you. We need the best running back. I need to forget about this.
That would be the worst.
This is the best running back to come out since goddamn Saquon Barkley.
Yeah. That would be the worst thing for the Giants to do at the draft. That would be insane. That would be crazy.
They need dude. If I was the Giants, I would draft offensive line. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a beer drinking guy idiot. And his wife is on his way home starting 6 minutes ago. Holy shit. We better hurry up. So yeah, Jason, Tony Pollard, you have faith in. The Titans got a new general manager, and I don't really care about him. The Raiders general manager, I talked about this before. I really like what they did with the Raiders general manager because he's going to be drafting offensive linemen all the time, man. Just like because he came from the Buccaneers. And they found Jalen McMillan, so they know how to find wide receiver talent late. J.K. Dobbins, Jason, I think might be a steal next year. That's my late round.
What?
Right now, it's like my James Conner.
Really?
Yeah. If they draft somebody, I'm going to be fucking paying attention, though, for sure.
Yeah, he would be like a James Conner getting hurt.
I know. Great when he plays. Dude, look at it.
Yeah.
What is he doing? Where is he? J.K. Dobbins, almost 15 points per game. That's like Breece Hall. And you're going to get him super late. Brian Robinson, man, I want the Commanders to draft a badass running back to pair with Jaden Daniels. Because Brian Robinson's just by default getting points because he's fucking there behind Jaden Daniels.
If he's a guy, what do you have him at, Tyler?
Who? Who do I? Oh, Brian Robinson, dude, 23. You have him at 23. We have him at 23. He went 26 last year.
All right, J.K. Dobbins. We have that's 22nd. Yeah, for somebody who got like 9 touchdowns last year, that could still be pretty good, you know.
You got JK. You were actually higher on J.K. Dobbins than I am, and I thought I was gonna be high on J.K. Dobbins.
What? Yeah.
What?
I mean, unless they get somebody in the draft, dude, like they're just going to force feed this guy the ball again.
So after I think J.K. Dobbins, I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Because I mean, Rico Dowdle would, if they do not draft a running back that can take the job from Rico Dowdle, I would be so surprised. All right. I think they should get that one huge dude. God damn it. I can't remember what team he plays for. He's got some crazy last name. I think he's white, actually. He's like
Arizona
the next
State.
Hillis. What's his name?
From Arizona State.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I think it was Arizona State. He did great.
Yep.
I think they might draft him. But I loved who's that little dude? Deuce McAllister, man. I love Deuce McAllister. He was my baby. He's my boy. Look what they did to my boy.
What? Why? Why'd you mention him?
Because I was like, dude, I was in love with Deuce McAllister, Jason. Do you remember that?
Yeah, but why'd you mention him right now?
Because I'm in love with the big white dude from Arizona State.
So you were just saying another running back that you were in love with. Like,
I'm already in love with one Dallas running back that's not going to ever fucking see the field. So why should I care about the other one?
Who's the guy you're in love with for Dallas?
Fucking Deuce McAllister.
No, oh my gosh, Tyler. Deuce Vaughn, bro.
Deuce Vaughn.
Jesus Christ. I'm over here confused as fuck. I'm like, what? Why are we talking about a running back from 15 years ago?
Dude, can you not just take Deuce and fucking deduce the deuce? You can't deduce the deuce.
Right.
All right, anyways.
Couple of deuces, man.
Moving forward. DeAndre Swift, though, Jason, I thought I was a little bit high on. Do you have him as a running back too? I think that you are correct. I think DeAndre Swift, if they pay attention to the draft, if this is all they have, he will be more valuable than he was this last year. Only 12.6 fantasy points per game. He had the first half of the season, he was amazing, I think. Then he fucking sucked. He did what I thought he was going to do in the second half.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's got more points per game than the next like 10 running backs we have on here.
Well, Rachaad White has a lot of points because Bucky Irving broke out late, so that's skewed. But you are correct. And then Ramondre Stevenson, if they do not draft anybody, Jason, I will be targeting. It's going to be James Conner. Not James Conner. It's going to be, who did I say? Oh, J.K. Dobbins and Ramondre Stevenson late. Probably right now.
Yeah, the Patriots have one of the worst offensive lines in the league. He can get some value. Like, he had those games this season, Tyler, where he had 20 rushes for 60 yards and a touchdown. That's probably what you're going to see if they don't fix that offensive line.
I'm just saying, dude. For starting, as of right now, I know things are going to change so much. But as of right now, who I'm targeting late, J.K. Dobbins, Ramondre Stevenson. Because look at it, and they're going to be going in like the fucking 7th round, man. So, 6th round. So that's what I'm looking at right now. And then ETN with the new offensive coordinator. Do I care? No, Jason, you ranked him outside your top 30, and I don't have him. I've got him ranked 33. Rachaad White 32, 12.5 fantasy points per game. Tyjae Spears ended up with 5 touchdowns over the last 6 games, some shit like that. So that skewed a little bit too. But yeah, once we get into this category, man, we got to wait for the draft. We got to wait for everything else because it's going to play out different. We'll know who to target. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it, man.
Even like Nick Chubb, I wouldn't mind trying to get him late.
Yeah, a year after, in Kirk Cousins, man, Nate Chubb is old as shit. He probably needs a full year rehab. And the Browns, fucking Deshaun Watson's can't even play till the end of the year, so thank God. Yeah, dude, Nate Chubb, man. I mean, we have 34. So Nate Chubb is your flex. You know what I'm saying? Corion's going to end up with 8 running backs in the top 35. So I don't know.
All right, Tyler, we got a question from Easy B. Easy B, are you with me? He just traded Jordan Love and a 26th third for J.J. McCarthy and a Dunze. What's your
Hell
thought?
yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, shit. So we have not done wide receivers yet, and I'm a Vikings fan. Oh, I was about to point to that. J.J. McCarthy is going to be amazing. He's going to be better than Sam Darnold. He's going to average 20 points a fucking game. You're going to be happy you had him. Have him. Kevin O'Connell, man, just signed that multi-year extension. If I was in Dynasty, I'd be targeting J.J. McCarthy. And then who was the other person I was about to get a hard on for?
A Dunze.
Odunze. I was going to talk about him with our wide receivers. With Ben Johnson, I'm thinking, who is, Jason? Who is Amon-Ra St. Brown? Who is Amon-Ra St. Brown? Odunze. All right. Keenan Allen's fucking my age, dude. All right. I hurt when I take a shit too hard. So yeah, Odunze is who I'm targeting. If I had Dynasty, Odunze and JJ McCarthy, Jason, mwah, is who I'd be targeting. I don't think I've ever done that before, but I've seen it. And I'm left-handed. Wow.
The guys' quarterbacks are Herbert and he's got Herbert, he's got Nix, he got Love.
Bo Nix. Long-term Bo Nix, dog.
He says, yeah, thought I had room to wait on my quarterback. So we just did our quarterback rankings last week. I think we both had Nix pretty high on that.
Top 6, motherfucker. All right. I just crushed a beer, Jason. I crushed 4 beers. I'm going to go shed 4 tears.
Tyler. Dude, Olaf? He's pretty good at what he says, the way he thinks. He said, was it Swift with B. Johnson in the D when they cut in for Monty?
So DeAndre Swift. Oh, shit. Wait. Where did he come from?
You're thinking right, bro.
Dude, so that's why he likes the running backs that he was with. Why did I forget about that? I listened to it on the radio. I was sober. And I did not pick that up. So, yeah, DeAndre Swift was probably drafted. I mean, there's a good chance that Ben Johnson pounded the table for DeAndre Swift.
Well, he's saying then Ben Johnson had him cut.
I know. And then he got rid of him. Fuck, dude.
And now he's playing with him again.
Yeah, you're right.
Roschon Johnson climbing up the ranks.
Dude, no, I don't give a shit about Roschon Johnson. I do think that DeAndre Swift is a better. I mean, obviously, I think that Swift is a better fit for this offense than Roschon Johnson. But if they draft somebody Olaf, I think that we're going to be all over him.
Do you think it's just going to be Swift?
Or no, I think it's going to be it's going to be a two-headed monster.
Yeah, and the other one will be.
I don't know. The Arizona State running back.
Man, you really think they're going to get a running back like that?
No, they'd have to get him in the second round, man. So probably not. They need offensive linemen. They're going to draft offensive linemen for like the fucking first 3 years. They have to. So, all right, man. That is the show. Thank you so much for watching. I got to go because my wife just pulled up. Remember, hey, leave a comment what running backs we missed on that we need to include in our rankings. Thank you so much for watching. This is remember to leave a thumbs up, dude. Hopefully we earned a thumbs up. Hopefully we earned a subscription. That helps a ton. Excuse me. We will have our wide receiver rankings next week, Jason, live. Send us out.
That's it. Tyler did the
whole
thing.
Guys.
Deuces.
Later. Jason, I'll talk to you in a minute.
Okay.